What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and Kyle Rittenhouse is back in the news today, this time with many people on the right, in particular Trump supporters, taking to the internet to react to a video he uploaded in which he has said, hey, I'm not voting for Donald Trump. Instead, I'm going to write in Ron Paul. Now, I've got mad love for Ron Paul, and I want to set a couple parameters here because I've always tried to communicate this. Kyle's just a kid. He is not some sort of political pundit, even though people keep paying him to be. I don't believe he has a ton of influence on people. So, Kyle coming out and saying, I'm voting for Ron Paul. It's not like he's going to change 100,000 minds to all vote for Ron Paul. And again, I love Ron Paul. He's just a kid. So I think people reacting super over the top aggressively about this, I understand where they're coming from because, Trump was there for him. And in particular, overwhelmingly, the Trump movement supported him financially during his unfair, heavily politicized trial. The reason people are so offended by this is because his trial was politicized. It was literally, Joe Biden, Democrats, prosecuting, someone that Republicans identified with. The truth down the line was that Kyle is really not that political. He's not a super deep thinker about politics. And I will say this, while I feel it's stupid, especially to come out and make a video statement about it, it's his vote. He's welcome to vote for whoever he wants. I feel that he should strongly reconsider it because Kamala Harris is literally running on, a mandatory buyback program and all this kind of stuff. Our rights are under attack right now. And a ceremonial vote for Ron Paul is all fine and dandy, but this is single issue voter issues, right? Like, he has come out to say, hey, I'm a strong 2A guy, and Trump isn't the strongest on 2A, which he wasn't, to be fair. With the bump stocks and things of that nature. And so he's like, wow, I'm voting for Ron Paul. I'm like, okay, he's just a kid. So people that are like, oh my God, Trump's going to lose a bunch of votes because of this. He's not. If Kyle really is going to write in Ron Paul, while I think I feel like it's a wasted vote. The truth is the only wasted vote is one when you don't go in. And if he wants to go vote for Ron Paul, then that's his right. It's also people's right to say, bro, Mega supported you financially and in every way imaginable over the last 4 years. And now you put out this video and people are pissed off. You could see it sounds like he's reading from a script, and Ron Paul, of all people, voting for Ron is voting for Kamala at this point. He's not even on the ballot. Yeah, I would agree. I think that he thought this was going to go over better. I don't know if people are he's just securing the bag. I don't know. But again, it's his vote to cast, and the only wasted vote is not voting. So all I can say is we need at least one more Trump vote. So if you've got somebody, I've got Ron Paul on today on my live stream. I'm going to talk to an actual lawyer about how I can incentivize more people to get out and vote for Trump, register Republicans without going to jail. But this is what he uploaded.
Hi, I'm Kyle Rittenhouse, Outreach Director for Texas Gun Rights. A lot of people are upset that I said I'm going to be writing in Ron Paul for President of the United States. And that is true. I will be writing in Ron Paul. Unfortunately, Donald Trump had bad advisors making him bad on the Second Amendment, and that is my issue. If you cannot be completely uncompromisable on the Second Amendment, I will not vote for you, and I will write somebody else in. We need champions for the Second Amendment, or our rights will be eaten away and eroded each day. I support my decision, and I have no take back.
He's obviously just reading this. He's obviously on that. All these, 2A companies, weapons companies are giving him money to endorse them. Okay. And look, this is no different than all these people who are on this Blacks for Trump clout grab. I'll believe that all these black folks uploading Blacks for Trump's video to TikTok, I'll believe them when I see the votes. I know it may feel uncomfortable, but There's a lot of people grifting on the Trump movement, a lot of them. And we will see, right, how many of them show up in November. Kyle Rittenhouse clearly has his vote for sale. He met with Ron Paul. He works with these, Second Amendment companies. And, I think it also weirdly looks like AI, which I think is just a low bitrate video because he retweeted it, right? You see, Kyle Rittenhouse took the support of MAGA and Donald Trump, but is now completely turning on him to, quote, write-in candidate in 2024 after all this movement did for him. Absolutely disgusted with this kid. And again, I will point out, he's a kid. I think this, it'd be easier video to make would have been dunking on him, right? I think I would have got a lot more upvotes and a lot of more. But look, I think that Kyle Rittenhouse should be voting for Trump, but I think everybody should be. If he looks at the clear and present danger that Kamala Harris presents to 2A, he would vote Trump. Because right now is not a great time to make an ideological stand. It's the same thing with Matt Walsh trying to tell MAGA voters he doesn't want them in the conservative party. It's the dumbest thing ever. I enjoy telling your kids for the next 4 years about my principles under President Kamala Harris, the next 8 years probably, okay? I am not, I try to keep things, relatively respectful and not like over the top. And so I don't want to blast Kyle Rittenhouse for a bad take because at the end of the day, it's his vote. Now, he did tweet this: Trump showed support for me from the beginning, and I will gladly support and stand up for a president who cares about what the American people, cares about the people, and does what's right. And then writing in Ron Paul. People obviously, I've written in The Good Doctor in every year since 2012. Libertarians, hardcore libertarians love this, and I think that that's fine. If you ever want to get out of a two-party system, it's you need to have a strong third party. So it's a double-edged sword. And as long as the Democrats and Republicans keep trotting out two terrible options, it basically confirms that it's like, oh my God, I'd love to have a third party. I'd love to have a legitimate libertarian party that isn't pro-lockdown and pro-forcing the jab on people. But right now, I'm too worried about Kamala Harris forcing mandatory buybacks on Americans. So it's like they keep running these more radical and more and more radical people. And like, it forces us to stay in this two-party system. So I admire the principle of it, okay? And I really do. And I hate to say, I admire it, but. However, I admire this, but. If his issue is 2A, then he should be voting, doing everything he can to make sure Kamala Harris doesn't win. And, we'll see how many followers he loses right now. He's been steadily gaining about 1,000 a day. Let's see, 1.245 million he's got. Again, vast majority of them probably MAGA voters who supported him during the trial, who supported him financially. Oh my goodness. Hold on, let me see if I can. I don't know why that. Okay, so he's at, let's see, 1.245 million. And you probably can't see this, but he's lost. I don't know why this is all weird Zoom, but he's lost 50,000 already. So and dropping. So yeah, he's going to lose about 100,000, 200,000 followers today, and he'll be 1.245 million, and then it drops down. So he's lost 50,000 so far, and he just tweeted this stuff out. So again, he's entitled to vote third party. I wish and I hope and I pray for a day in which we can have a viable third party. I'm above all else probably a libertarian, but I'm definitely a MAGA voter. Hopefully Trump can get in here and help put this country back on the right direction, and hopefully the next guy or gal can continue his work. Maybe that person will be Republican. Maybe that person will be third party. I don't know. But it's really hard for me to see 20 years down the road right now when, imminent danger. I mean, here you go. Here's your candidate, right?
Remember, age is more than a chronological fact. What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse is in that age range, You're so young, Kyle, but even you, being young and naive, you've reacted fast and correctly to save your life. Thank God. Now you just watched the President of the United States, who took the time to meet you, I could only wish, take a bullet for you and me, and now you're not voting for him. I mean, I guess, like, I don't think it's a lot of, again, Kyle Rittenhouse might have 1.2 million followers, but if he puts out a vote today saying, hey, I'm gonna, I think you should all vote for Ron Paul, he's not convincing any Ron Paul voters. I think it's a bad look for him to continue to, or for the right to be dunking on him. He's a kid. Let's move on. Again, Trump's Second Amendment rights record was not great. He banned bump stocks. He signed the Fix NICS. He supported red flag confiscation, supported raising minimum age to purchase firearms. All this kind of stuff. Again, these are talking points that, Kyle was given from his, quote, Texas gun right people. I'm sure that, this was very lucrative for him. That just means we have to vote for Trump harder. People vote for third parties every single year. It doesn't matter. Again, the only wasted vote is one that you don't make. You're entitled to unfollow Kyle. You're entitled to dunk on him, make fun of him. But the energy is better spent finding another friend to vote for Donald Trump. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.